This is Mike, and we're back looking at XLM. Now, I took a week to put this particular idea out simply because I thought I'd just basically marinate on a few things I made, talked about on the XRP video. And I thought I'd just go through things again a little bit more just to really try and understand what the deal is here. All right. So, I do think that the way that this particular pattern kicked off is important to sort of try and conceptualize the pattern that this created in the process. So here I've got some labels which they're not in any particular order. I just wanted to do this whilst I'm making the video. So what I think happened here is we had an expanded correction that basically started after we saw a wave one zigzag, right? Now, I believe that this zigzag is an expanded zigzag, meaning that the internals happened in an expanded manner. So, what this means is that I'll go to the daily chart to talk about this particular thing. So, back right after the 2017 high, okay, we had this move down. I believe this is a zigzag, right? And I believe that the internals, so we had the A wave of the zigzag, we had A, B, C, D, E, and then we had wave C, right? That's why you have that line there. So an expanded type 2 zigzag for wave 1. So I think what we're seeing, there's a high probability, in my opinion, that this is a type 1 weak 5 wave move that we're seeing. So it's basically the same as the XRP pattern, right? So we need to see wave 3. So this is why I've come to this conclusion. So if we look at this as wave A up here, wave B, wave C was the one that took it to the highs. We had the wave D, right? Wave D there, wave 1 here, right? Of wave 3. Sorry, of wave A of wave 3. So C wave up here, D wave down here. That looks like a zigzag. Yeah, I suppose. There's only one thing that was keeping me from not thinking this was an E wave back in the beginning, and that's because of this particular move here that broke the low on every chart except for the Binance and Coinbase charts. So I think that there's enough confidence behind the Binance and Coinbase chart versus Kraken, for example, or any other chart. So for me, I'm going to go with this view that that was an E wave. That's why I thought it was going to go up. It looks like a 5 wave, too weak. I called the top at around 40 cents, 45 cents or whatever, and then we just kept going lower. So what that means now is that we are in another zigzag for wave 3, right? So it's very, very similar to the XRP chart, which means that we need to see another low below all the previous waves of 1 and 2. So that means we're going to go down to the 0.02 area. That's my opinion, right? I'm going to stick to it. And also, more recently, we've started to see a turn lower, I suppose, even more. But that I think that will continue. I think that we're just going to see the same thing that we saw, since the end of wave 2 here, since November 2021. We're just going to see the same sort of thing continue. Now, I'm of the opinion that all this stuff is heading towards a crescendo around, the end of next year, right? But look, nobody knows. Let's just see how things continue to evolve before I go any further with making those type of assumptions. Now, the only assumption that I can make is that similarly to XRP, we're going to see a bounce for wave 4 that more than likely will be uh, a fairly sharp bounce or thereabouts, because it's basically alternation between waves 2 and 4. Wave 2 was pretty drawn out, so wave 4 will more than likely be uh, short and sharp type compared to, you know, wave 2. So I think from here, the best thing to do is to just take this step by step, like one step at a time, and just look for that target first before we talk about anything else. And in terms of the bigger picture, that was what I'm talking about here. After that high is wave E, which is the last move down in wave 2. So what that means is that, basically I believe that there's going to be a massive bull run coming after this. All right, so yeah, I know I like to bag out the people who like to call me a perma bear, but the truth is that I expect this to absolutely rocket in the future, right? And I used to talk about it in the past that this is going to go to absurd numbers. Well, I still believe that. So it's not like I don't believe it. It's just that it's just going to take a bit of time for it to unfold, right? So as long as wave 3 is not the shortest, wave 5 can be any length, which means that we could seriously go much lower in wave 5, okay, once that happens. And during that time, I do suspect that we are going to be seeing a lot of big, crazy moves in the general markets like Dow Jones, etc., that are going to basically be pretty historic. So look, when you think about this being a 1-2 pattern, this is a base of a much larger move up. That's my opinion, right? These patterns repeat over and over again, right? This is not Elliott wave, this is Arias wave. There's a reason for that. I discovered the methodology. That's what I'm talking about here. All right. So just in case you're getting confused, because I noticed some people comment, I like your analysis using Elliott wave. Well, it's not Elliott wave. If it was Elliott wave, it'd be more subjective. This could be some kind of flat pattern or some crap like that. Flat patterns don't exist in my opinion. They're just very straightforward patterns that look different, and they can take on massive alternation, and they can be drawn out, but they're not. There's nothing to do with anything else other than the A, B, C, D, E and the variances, right? There's only two patterns the market makes. It's a zigzag and a 5-wave move. It's the combination of those patterns and variances that make up the patterns we see. So I'm not reinventing any wheel in particular. It's just that I have a different wheel, basically. So that's my update for this round of XLM update for this time. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Hopefully it helps you understand how I perceive this market. And there's more coming. I'm probably going to cover some other markets like the Dow Jones again soon, because I have a interesting update for that one too. So thanks for watching.